Hello everybody, welcome back. Let's play Hearts of Iron 4, The Great War as Germany. Let's continue off where we last left off. So, it's almost 1913. We are getting closer and closer to the outbreak of the Great War. Bulgaria's going to war in Serbia, which I'm surprised by, because usually Serbia does it first. Well, that's okay. Bulgaria, do you have any chance of actually winning this war? The answer is absolutely not. Bulgaria, you are just completely dead. So, good luck there. Greater Bulgaria. And now that the Romanians have intervened, you are probably not in a great spot. So, goodbye there, my friend. Anti-Serbian policy, because we do want to befriend Bulgaria. Sofia's fallen. Varna's about to fall. Very, very quick war. An unbelievably quick war there. So goodbye, Bulgaria. How many men do you have left now? 9 to 11, so you've lost about half your troops already. And you were puppeted by Serbia. So how does that work with friend Bulgaria? I have no idea, actually. Because a puppet state will technically be in our, faction? I don't know. We'll find out in the future, but not right now. How many troops are we looking at now? We have almost 200 divisions, which I think is pretty good. But of course, the AI is also building their way up. The Anti-Bulgarian League. The Anti-Bulgarian League includes Bulgaria, so... And they're still trying to get an alliance with Greece. I have no idea what's really going to happen here. We will see. But I think the faction should break up at some point. I just don't know when it will. Maybe it never will. Maybe it's just now just like permanently a thing that exists. Which is a little bit worrying. And I say that because I think Serbia is automatically entered into the Entente when the war begins. And I have no idea if it'll bring over the entirety of this faction, if all of them will join the Entente at the same time. If they do, I don't think I need to tell you that's not going to be great for us. We got mustard gas, early 1913. 600 days for you. 9,000 days for atomic research is probably a little bit too much. So 220 days for you. I think that's okay. Apparently we're actually importing too much rubber. I don't know how. I don't know where we're getting rubber from now, but I'm not going to worry about it. Apparently we've got a ton of coal, though, so that's nice. You know, you guys are still here. Got a pretty large force ready to pounce on Serbia when the time comes. Send these guys up north to Russia. Austria, you better be ready to go. And I think the next level of pawns... we are probably just going to have kind of just like deployed defensively on the entirety of the coast, mostly just like right here. But I'm worried about the British doing naval invasions because they do like to do that. But I don't know when the pawns are going to be coming out next. They'll be coming out like soonish. So prepare for war. Chemical weapon focus. We could go for political effort. Probably want to get down to militarism. More breakthrough. Sounds good to me. So hopefully, like, Russia, you are... Like, we outnumber Russia, right? Like, yes, we do. Like, easily. We're gonna also get a new army underneath a new field marshal. And you are going to be led by you. And you are just going to garrison the coast in this general region. Don't protect here. Just that generally. And we'll deploy, just a handful of troops on that front in the future. Troops that are not very good. Because of the, it's a defensive army. Suffrage demonstrations. I don't care what the suffragettes are doing. Doesn't really affect me too much, I think. And you actually feel somewhat confident. How many troops does Serbia have? 17 to 25 divisions. I'm assuming they're all very dug in, though. Which wouldn't be a huge surprise. Yeah, you're like one of our good troops. We'll send you to the front line of Russia. You probably do want like more troops on the French border as well. 60% entrenchment, though, it's so strong. There are about 1,000 planes. So we're bigger than any one air force. And that's nice. Yeah, now you guys are thinking 100% in the green. Still worried about a river crossing, but just don't worry about the river crossing. Everything will be okay. What are we short on right now? Heavy artillery's only lasts 28 days. 59 days for you. 168 days. So I think now we can just put more into Zeppelins. At least for the time being. Just reduce it down to 2, like this. And then more military factories back here. And then after that, we just go even more military factories still? Like, I like Denmark, all of Scandinavia is not going to join the war. Like, we know that for a fact. They're not going to do it. Does armor count armored cars? Like, I would imagine so, right? You know what? Get some fleet designers. I don't think they actually apply to our ships that we have now, but you might use them in the future. I mean, they're mostly for new deployments, right? Like, they're just for the troops that we're trading right now. All of our troops on the front line are pretty good. I mean, some of these guys are green. But after, like, a few days of combat, they should at least go back up to regular. So it's not that big of a concern. We got some pawns. Throw them into purple. Just for, like, a nice defensive army. And we can always deploy them somewhere else in the future if we have to. And I think they needed 23 divisions to cover the entirety of the coastline. Or for at least most of the coastline. Definitely assert the Kaiser's authority. Maybe get some better aircraft as well in the future. You know, just deploy all of these guys, even though they're not going to be, like, super strong. And just defend the coast. There we go. But I think you only needed 23. So these 3 guys, we are going to deploy into Austria. So that should be basically enough for you guys to cover all the ground you needed. I guess I could theoretically expand it a little bit more this way, but I'm not too worried about the British landing over here. They usually don't. And of course, they're going to get some reinforcements anyways in the future. We're going to cut the amount of production on this one down to 9. You are one of our better units, so we're going to pull you down to Russia. Next army, We're probably also going to put on the Rush or the French border. I think that makes sense for us. Shrink this down. Because right now, against France, this guy right now, he thinks we're about 50-50. That we're about equal. Which is actually pretty impressive because I think they have like 2-1 against us. Almost 2-1. I think that's pretty good. If he thinks that we're that close. The anti-Bulgarian League is not going to ever dissipate. I guess the event that the Spaniards have never happened because for some reason Bulgaria was the one to declare the war. Which is like almost like never how this happens. We got Gassif Mask, which I believe is like a nice defensive bonus. Yeah, 10%. We want to get our way to Flamethrower like ASAP. So we're just going to go for Trench Mortar now. It's not going to be ready for when the war begins. It'll be ready in like October of next year. Which is close, but not quite there. You guys already capped out on your, Why are you at 158? I thought I put you at like 500. There you go. So I'm actually thinking about putting, let's say, all of our planes just in Russia for now. We'll probably get bombed on this side a little bit, but it's not that bad. It's more recruited population. And yeah, I'm not really worried about anyone, I think. You have 3 divisions, well, like 250,000 guys ready to go. There's a single British infantry division, but he's just walking through. He's not too worried about us, which is nice. Tank designer. Well, let's go for armored speed, because I don't know if that affects armored cars. It might. We do have armored cars. Also, did I ever research the ability to build forts? The answer is no, so maybe I should get that done when I can. Military coup in Mexico. Mass production in United States. Isn't that amazing? I mean, our motorized vehicles are kind of weak, so I'm going to put like 5 into you. Cut down airship production a little bit. Oh, wait, I said I wanted to build like a new army. What am I doing? These guys are going to deploy soon. They're deploying now. Fantastic. I actually like shrink the map down because I can barely actually select all these guys. But you guys are going to be not on Luxembourg's border because Luxembourg doesn't matter to anybody. You are going to be on this border. Shrink it one more, like, it's fine. Just leave it like that. So let them come down here, reinforce. The next group of units are just going to come over here, which is awesome. You know what? Just remove you. Throw you into a new theater. Yeah, just be in a different theater away from everybody else, because you don't actually need to be on my list. Your only job is to literally stand there. I'm not too worried about it. You guys are going to try to move your way towards Paris. But again, we're going to create like a phony war situation in World War I, where we're not going to even attack France, really. We'll be on the defensive. Hopefully the French AI will just constantly try to attack into us, which will be nice. You know, it'd make my life a lot easier. And again, hopefully, out of Southwest Africa, we just completely rush all this territory and conquer most of South Africa. The territories in South Africa that actually have resources, well, most of Africa is just barren. Like wasteland. So the mountaineering troops are almost ready to go. I mean, they're just missing support equipment. You know what? Deploy them right now. Cut them out. Most of them are like half strength, but that's okay. I'm going to deploy them onto this front. And honestly, cut like half of the army out. Because even though they're not going to be at full strength, they are still going to be better than the regular troops. Than these troops that we have here. I believe, at least. We're missing support equipment, 93 days. Infantry equipment for like 2 months. Yeah, nothing is too bad. Another civil war in Mexico. Fantastic. Civil War 2. I mean, I can't build trenches along our allies' border, even though I think that'd probably be pretty useful. Oil refineries? You know what? Fine, let's build like 4 oil silos up to the north. And then we'll build more factories over here. Got some militarism, which is going to be like another 5% recruitment. You go straight up to military youth as well. Go military youth, paramilitarism, bureaucracy, full rearmament. And probably not fascist coup. Because we got to keep the Kaiser in charge here. But we have just little over a year until the world is set ablaze. Or a little under a year, I should say. Not a little over a year. We can get another 5% of defense. You know what? We probably want to upgrade our motorized vehicles. 149 days isn't too bad. After the next research, we'll probably just research the helmet. And that should be ready again just a few months after the war actually begins. 14 out of 17. Another 2%. I don't know. I mean, it's going to basically double the amount of... Actually, no, it's going to like triple the amount of manpower we had before. Which is lovely. We're going to pressure the Nordic countries. It means you're not going to like us very much, but I don't think that actually makes a difference. The United States still hasn't really done anything. I mean, they're doing some chemical warfare focuses. Well, we have already mustard gas researched. Like, we are good to go, I think. We do also got, like, a bunch of, pretty shitty infantry. Like, 11 soft attack is pretty bad. Compared to, these guys, it's 81. So these guys are about 8 times stronger. But their defense is only twice as good. So, again, they're mostly just going to be defensive units. Which I think is okay. Their attack's garbage. We can actually start upgrading our rifles now. 400 days for defense and soft attack. That only gives us more... Okay, let's just go to better helmets. Let's get... No, I mean, we're not going to really naval bomb too much, I think. Upgrade the rifles to be a little bit better. So we should still be fine on the infantry equipment, right? It's going to take about an entire year, but that's because we've switched over to the brand new rifles. And right now we have about 265 divisions. More than France, more than England, and probably more than Russia. I mean, again, most of our troops probably aren't very good. But they're not bad. Keep on upgrading our troops as much as we possibly can. More and more doctrines. How many men do you actually need to defend all this now? 34. So you would need like another 11 divisions to cover all the coast. But if I don't want you to cover the coast... 7. Basically defend the ports as much as we possibly can. Because taking, like, provinces without ports in them don't actually matter. I mean, it matters because we had to kind of deal with the situation afterwards, but if they don't have ports, they literally cannot supply their troops, and I doubt AI would land somewhere and try to quickly build a port there. Like, I don't know if the AI knows how to do that. Got military use, so that's like another group of recruitment. Getting up to like 7% now. Training time minus 10%. Love that as well. And we still have about half a year roughly until everything goes bad. You guys think the guys down in Africa? You know what? I'm gonna deploy these troops. You're all gonna go down to Africa. We're gonna cut you down to like 3. We're gonna cut all the ones that aren't very good here down to 5. And you have to deploy them all now. I just kind of have them reinforce. Don't even build them anymore, actually. I think they're fine as is. We'll just focus the rest on better units. Because right now we're probably at what, we're almost at 300 divisions, which I would say is pretty powerful. These guys should get their way down to Africa though before the war actually begins. They've all decided to deploy against this single port, which is a little bit dumb, but you know, what do I know? We'll deploy you here. Actually, yeah, no, deploy in the green. Belgium actually doesn't have any troops on our border right now, which is actually really dumb. They're actually trying to demand territory from us. That seems really silly. What's Eppin? It's you. They're in the Entente. Like, are we actually going to start the war a little bit early over some territory? I'm very confused. But I think this is going to be a good time to end this episode. So thanks everybody for watching. My name is Ansem. If you enjoyed, give me a thumbs up. If you're not enjoying, you can always thumb down. Watch more, subscribe, and goodbye.